What's up, YouTube? This is Music City Driver, otherwise known as Chris. I'm not sure if I did this right or not. I scheduled it earlier for 5 o'clock, and it is 5 o'clock now, so I don't know if it's working or not. If it was supposed to pop up with a reminder or something, it didn't do it. So, anyway, don't know if you've ever seen my channel before, but I do a lot of stuff about rideshare, basically, with Uber and Lyft. I don't really do much for DoorDash or Postmates or Uber Eats or anything like that because I don't really do those things. So I tried that before, didn't really like it. So I don't really have a format for this live stream. I just figured I would get on here and see if anybody had any questions for me. It's probably not going to be a very long live stream, but I just wanted to get on here and kind of try this out. And in the future, if this works out okay, I probably will do another live stream, maybe with an actual discrete topic instead of just an open Q&A type thing. So I'm on my way home from my day job. I don't usually drive Uber or Lyft on the weekdays because it's just really not worth it in Nashville anyway. So I got 2 people on, looks like. If you guys wouldn't mind giving me thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Doesn't give me any money or anything like that, like Uber said on his, but so like I said before, if you see my other videos, I drive for Uber and Lyft both. I use Mystro to kind of switch between them. It's effective for me, so I don't know if there's any comments popping up or not. I'm not seeing any, so maybe not. We'll see. So there's been a lot of changes going on recently with Uber, and Lyft is starting to make some changes too. You may or may not have seen my videos before earlier this week about Uber adding 24/7 phone support, which is not in every location yet. It will be by the end of the year. And then also paying for returned items, $15 each one, and they can add a tip, which I doubt will happen, on top of the $15 charge. That's kind of big because I've done that several times and not gotten paid a cent to do it. So that's a positive change. So $15 and possibly plus a tip is a great deal, in my opinion. So I see thank you, Patrick, for the question. What Droid phone is best for iOS Mystro? That's kind of a confusing question, honestly, because a Droid phone doesn't use iOS because iOS is Apple. So I'm not really sure what you're asking me there. If you have an Android phone, I believe 4.0 or better operating system. I'd have to look that up, honestly, on the Mystro website. If you go to the link in my description down there, it will show you. When you click on that link, it should show you what operating systems are best to utilize Mystro properly. So, unfortunately, iOS, Apple is not available right now. But you can sign up to be put on a waiting list to be notified when they release that. I know they're working on it. I don't know how long it'll take, but okay, gotcha. I understand now. Actually, I just looked at this earlier on Mystro's website. It's the only reason I know this. If you click on the link below, it asks if you have iOS or whatever, and if you don't have iOS, or if you have iOS and want to get a Droid, they actually have some lower cost options on there. Thank you for chiming in there about the S6. That works pretty well. I don't know why it disappeared on me. An S6. Thank you, Melinda, for piping in there. I'm using a Droid Moto Z Force is what I'm using. It works fine with that. I know some people have mentioned some problems with Mystro not working for them, and something that I've done that I've kind of came across, I can't remember where I read this, but it seems to work for me. Harry the rideshare guy actually recommended it at one point. It wasn't in connection with Mystro, but it was just in general. When you're running Uber and Lyft, during a break, like if you go stop somewhere to get gas or stop somewhere to get something to eat or something, just, completely turn the power off on your phone, reboot it, recycle it. And then what I do with Mystro, after I bring my phone back up, I will restart the Uber and Lyft apps, but don't go online. And then I will turn the Mystro on, have it sign in. Then I use the Mystro active or sleep button at the top, hit that and let that bring Uber and Lyft up. So that's what I've been doing, and it seems to work pretty well for me. There are some times where it does seem like it has a little bit of a lag before it will, like when you end a ride on Uber or Lyft, it will take a minute, take a second or two to bring the other apps back online. I don't know, it just seems like a little bit of lag. I don't know if that's part of the Mystro app or it could be my phone, who knows. I don't know if anybody else has experienced this or not, but anyway, like I said, if you click on the link below for Mystro, it does have some low-cost options for Android phones if you want to switch to an Android phone before Mystro is available for iOS. But I'm hoping that iOS will be available pretty soon for that. But I do get referrals for Mystro, just to be completely transparent here, but I do not work for Mystro, so I am not a developer. I'm not paid by Mystro at all. Matter of fact, I haven't gotten any referrals yet or anything, but I do have a referral link of my own, just because I do some videos about Mystro and about Uber and Lyft on YouTube. So I do appreciate it if you do click that link below, and if you sign up, I would get credit for that. But I don't work for them. I honestly just use this app because I really like it, and I really like what it does for me. It has a lot of benefits for me. It's safer. It's more efficient. I don't have to worry about shutting off the app after I take an Uber ride or a Lyft ride and the other one going off. That's one of my pet peeves. I hate that because it looks kind of unprofessional. So what is your market? Yeah, Halloween, I'm actually a pretty new driver. I've driven for about almost 7 months now. So the only major holiday, and I didn't really experience it, I guess, was July 4th. Asheville, North Carolina. Okay. That's not too terribly far from Nashville. I imagine it does get pretty busy for Halloween, I would imagine. The thing that I would not like about Halloween, in my opinion, is makeup, getting makeup all over your car. That's what I envision anyway. I don't know, maybe most people wear just costumes and masks, but it seems like if people had a lot of makeup on, it might get in your vehicle. That could be annoying. Or that glitter stuff, Oklahoma City, Melinda. So you're in Uberman's territory there, looks like. So how are things in Oklahoma and Asheville? Pretty good, pretty busy. Is the market oversaturated with drivers like it is in Nashville? Anyway, like I said, Halloween, I have yet to experience a major holiday. I decided to take July 4th off because Metro Nashville did some crazy road closure stuff, and I drove through the CMA Fest and the Stanley Cup Finals, and that was insane enough for me. So, I don't know, just insane. So, there's certain times I just don't like to drive in Nashville because there's just times where it's not worth it, because the traffic is getting so bad here in Nashville. It's getting exponentially worse and worse, it seems like to me. I keep hearing these rumors saying that 75 to 100 people a day are moving here to Nashville, stuff like that. There's lots of construction going on, lots of new drivers with out-of-state tags. I don't know whether they're military and don't have to change their tags, whether they're visiting from out of town just to take advantage of the extra business here, or where they just moved here and haven't changed their tags yet. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I've kind of heard that actually in Nashville as well, that Lyft did have a higher surge, because somebody the other night was like, why is Lyft so expensive? I was like, I'm not really sure what you mean. And I guess at that point there was a surge going on for Lyft. I drive a Plus, so Lyft Plus probably was pretty high. Lyft Plus does seem to be pretty expensive. But yeah, 500%, that's pretty darn high. I know I had this was not during any holiday really. It was during some sort of like a concert and stuff. It was really rainy outside, and I got like a 650% primetime plus ride one time. That's by far the most lucrative ride I've ever gotten. It was crazy. And they tipped me on top of it. I was really astonished that they tipped me because it was crazy. 650% on a Lyft Plus ride, you can imagine. It was only like 2 or 3 miles, but that fare was like, I want to say it was like $60 or something crazy. It was it was nuts. And then they gave me a tip on top of that. I was really shocked at that. So, I don't know, weird. But yeah, Lyft at time. It seems lately though that Nashville, it almost seems like the population of Lyft and Uber drivers has stabilized a bit. There used to be a lot of Lyft prime time, but now it seems like it has just kind of stabilized a little bit. It seems like they've done a little bit more recruiting in Nashville with Lyft recently. So, funny story, I was actually set up. There's a town called Clarksville, which is in Tennessee, just over the border from Fort Campbell, which is where the military stays there in Kentucky. So they had me set up when I first signed up, because I live outside of Nashville. They had me set up in Clarksville as a driver, which was very odd. I just realized that the other day, not the other day, a couple weeks ago, because I kept saying, why? I kept thinking, why does everybody else's referral codes look different than mine? I don't understand. So I looked into it, and I finally just emailed support and said, hey, why am I set up on Clarksville? And they were like, oh, you're set up on Clarksville from the beginning. And I was like, why am I set up on Clarksville? I'm like 50 miles from Clarksville. I'm only 35, actually 25 from, actually even less than that, because they just expanded the service area to Fairview. Sorry about that. You said something about, looks like Gatlinburg or something? About breweries and stuff. Yeah, breweries seem to be popping up all over the place. Nashville has a ton of them that keep opening up. I've heard Memphis has a lot that are opening up. It seems like breweries are a popular business for people to open nowadays. It makes it good for Uber or Lyft. The thing in Nashville is bachelorette parties and bachelor parties. It is insane here. It's actually really lucrative for me as a Plus driver and XL driver, because I get a lot of those. And they can be quite lucrative at times. A lot of people don't like them because they're loud and annoying and obnoxious, but I actually honestly kind of enjoy them at times. They're just kind of fun. It's just kind of not much shocks me, so I don't know, it's just fun for me, and I make more money doing it. So I mean, the other day I took a bachelorette party from downtown Nashville out to East Nashville, where they had an Airbnb, and they were hungry, so I kind of just, they were asking me where they could go, so I told them, one of the options was Cookout, and took them through there. They gave me a $20 bill on top of the fare, which was $19, and then a $5 tip on top of that, so I mean, I can't beat that for like 30 minutes maybe. I mean, can't beat that at all. So yeah, the traffic in Nashville is insane at times. The airport in Nashville is horrible. It seems like every time I look on the airport queue map, Lyft and Uber, I know probably a lot of people are running both just like I do, but at times there'll be like 75 drivers in the Uber queue and like 50 something showing in Lyft. It's crazy. So Oklahoma City, downtown Bricktown construction, gridlock all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's the Nashville skyline. I'm actually headed outside of Nashville right now, so I can't turn it around and show you. I'm going out in the country. So the Nashville skyline has got cranes all over the place. They're building a lot of hotels. They're putting in a Virgin Hotel. They're putting in a JW Marriott right beside the Westin, which is pretty new. They're putting in a Residence Inn. They're putting in a Cambria Hotel. They recently opened this Ayrton Hotel, which is like this, I don't know, I've never heard of that one before. But there's like apparently a hotel shortage in Nashville because so many people are coming here to visit. The Airbnbs are really taking up a lot of that space, because the shortage is causing hotel prices in Nashville to be like insane. Like, I know during the Stanley Cup playoffs, even the like horrible stadium Inn or something like that, which is not really the best hotel you can think of. It's like $200 or $300. Yeah, after games, honestly, I don't know what games you're talking about, whether it's Predators games or Titans games. I haven't actually driven during Titans games yet. Like I said, I'm relatively new, so I have not yet experienced NFL games. So, but yeah, after the Predators games can be good. However, we have an Uber pickup spot that's always populated by taxi cabs because they don't like us to make money, I guess. They're talking about getting Major League Soccer here in Nashville as well. They're actually having a huge international soccer thing at the Titans, at the Nissan Stadium where the Titans play this weekend. But I've heard, we put in Nashville put in an application for a Major League Soccer team, and it looks pretty good that we might get that. I don't know. But yeah, Titans football, I would imagine, is probably pretty lucrative when it comes to that. I said I can't really speak to that right now. I've got a very bad connection. If you guys are hanging on there, just I'll probably switch to a better connection here. There it goes. It's back on now. Sorry about that. Lost connection, looks like, for a second. I went through a bad service area. I am going out in the country, so I'm out towards Fairview right now, and I live out in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. I drive into Nashville every day for my day job, and then and drive for the night, and then Saturdays I come back in to town. So do you guys have really good surges after the Thunder basketball games in Oklahoma City, or? Okay, yeah, and also, I mean, I guess I forgot probably games. Oh, the night of the CMA, it was insane. The CMA festival was not even worth the headache of driving almost, because the CMAs, I don't know if you saw the TV footage or not, but it was nuts. There were people everywhere, and they had Broadway completely blocked off with barricades, and they had like a big stage right on Broadway where Alan Jackson played, and then some other people played the next night. But that whole week was just insane, because we had the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Stanley Cup final games here, and even when they didn't have the game here, they had viewing parties out on Broadway. So they had like a huge screen set up where people could watch the game, and you could bring your lawn chairs and all this stuff. It was madness. I'm hoping that, I think we'll probably have another run at the Cup again next year, and I hope that hopefully the Metro Nashville can plan a little bit better. Hopefully. They probably had never experienced anything like that before, so they're probably a little behind on the learning curve there. So I don't fault them completely for that. It's kind of been a crazy, and it looks like the connection's lost again. I might have to turn this live feed off in a few minutes here, because it looks like it's kind of, I'm hitting bad connections every so often. Because I live way west of town, and it's really hilly out here, and it gets in these on the plateau and stuff, and it starts getting crazy. But anyway, like I was saying, the Metro Nashville is not really used to these types of giant events. I mean, they're used to CMA Fest, obviously, but they weren't used to having CMA Fest and the Nashville Predators going to the Stanley Cup Finals in the same year before. So that was a totally new situation for the police officers, for Metro planning and everything. So yeah, there's another. I was going to try to let this go at least for about 20-30. Looks like I'm back up now. Sorry guys, I'm having spotty connections because I'm driving on the interstate. So I may try to do this at a different time, or when I'm in a more stable location. It looks like it's stabilized for a minute here. Probably just had to get to a new cell phone tower or something. So yeah, the games and stuff, football games, I honestly haven't driven a lot for those. They're usually at a weird time. They usually don't go very late. Now the NFL games may be a different story. but I usually don't drive Sundays or Mondays, so I won't get the big Sunday night football or Monday night football kind of things going on. To be honest, I'm not really a football fan. I'm more of a hockey fan. So I really don't pay a whole lot of attention to football. I just hope the Titans. I've heard that the Titans are going to be better this season. They've actually been pretty bad for the past few years. So hoping they'll get better. But like I said, I'm a huge hockey fan. I got initiated into hockey when I first lived here in Nashville back when the Predators their first season, and got hooked. So love the game live. So I just got hooked on it. So. It's only showing one person online right now. I don't know who it is. You guys probably dropped off when the stream went weird for a second. Sorry about that. If it does go down like that, just hang out for a second. It's not going to finish until I basically say it's finished. So when I hit finish, then it'll be offline. But if it goes offline temporarily, it may just be because of a bad connection, and it'll probably come right back up. I'm on Verizon. Verizon has really good coverage here in Nashville, so in the Nashville area. So I don't know who's still on. Is that Melinda or is it somebody else? Yeah. As far as driving in the whole state of Tennessee, no. Actually, yes, you can. You can drive in the whole state of Tennessee. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. So I don't know if you have to actually specifically get, if you're from out of state, I know you'll probably have to get approval at the hub. Lyft, with Lyft, you can drive anywhere pretty much, from what I understand. You can switch your home. You have to go to switch your home area around. You have to email support or something like that. But from what I understand, if I wanted tomorrow to go drive in Florida, I could do so for Lyft, but it would be a different situation for Uber. Currently in Nashville, if you're a Nashville driver, I believe you can drive in Knoxville and Chattanooga and Memphis. But if you wanted to drive in Kentucky, which is not very far from Nashville, or if you want to drive in Alabama, you would have to get approval at the hub to do that. So, but there's really no need, in my opinion, to drive anywhere else in Tennessee, because there's people from Chattanooga, there's people from Memphis and Knoxville, all coming up here. I've even seen people come from Atlanta to come up here, which is bizarre to me, because Atlanta is like really super crazy, like busy, I would think. So I don't understand why people would drive all the way up here just to try to make some money. It doesn't seem to me like it'd be worth it. So, oh, you can drive Lyft in Tennessee? Yep. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know what the, I don't know what the difference is between Uber and Lyft, why Lyft can do that, but Uber can, or whether it's just like a company policy thing. But I know that Lyft, you can pretty much drive wherever you want to, without really approval, I guess. Now, to make your home area, I don't know if it affects the number of rides you get or anything like that. If you go outside of your home area and drive, like if you go on vacation, just decide to make some extra money while you're on vacation. I don't know how that works, but I know that Uber, if you're approved in an Uber, like city, Tennessee or whatever, so Oklahoma City drivers are going from Oklahoma City to Dallas. Well, I imagine Dallas is a lot more busy, right? I don't know if are the rates higher in Dallas than Oklahoma City. I'm not familiar with that. So I know the rates, I think, are different in Nashville and Memphis and Knoxville and Chattanooga. Those areas, I think they're different. They're not a lot different, but yeah, I imagine Dallas is like one of the fastest growing cities, I think, in the United States. So that's what I've read recently. Texas is in like the top 20 of every list I've seen, with cities in the top 20 of fastest growing cities. Nashville is actually a little bit lower than I expected. Yeah, exactly. have an argument at family dinner and just say, I'm just going to go drive for a while. That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, plus that, I mean, heck, if you're on vacation and maybe you didn't budget accordingly or something, heck, just go out and say, look, I'm going to go drive for a couple hours and get a little extra money, you know, just go drive around the city. Of course, Yeah, I don't think I'd like to do that much either, just because you don't know a city and you don't know where to not go. Sort of, in my opinion. There's some places in Nashville that I'd rather not drive most of the time. So if you go to a different city, you don't know the landscape at all. You don't really know where you're going. Maybe different traffic laws that you're not familiar with. It seems like it would be a challenge. Yeah, I bet Orlando is pretty busy, or Anaheim, whichever one you would go to, Disney World or Disneyland. So I bet either one of those places would be pretty busy. I would imagine. Probably get a lot of XL rides, a lot of families, going to Disney World in Orlando. Absolutely, yeah. I haven't been to Florida in a while. I used to go to Florida every year as a kid. My grandmother has a place down in Pensacola, near Pensacola. And we used to go down there every summer, so I'm kind of burnt out on Florida a little bit. I like to go to other places now. I don't like the beach as much anymore, just because like I said, I was there almost every year as a kid, so it makes it kind of boring for me now. I like to go to the mountains and places like that. Asheville, I'm sure, is right there in the mountains, right? Well, guys, I'm probably gonna get off of here right now. Like I said, this was kind of a test for me, just kind of seeing if the live would work on my phone or not. I'm not really sure how bad it looked at times with connections and stuff like that, but I'm in right outside of Dixon right now. I live south of Dixon, so I got to stop at the store, unfortunately, and get some stuff. But well, I will try to do this live stream thing again. I don't know, maybe later this week, maybe next Monday. Maybe next Monday I'll do it after I drive for the weekend, give kind of a weekend recap, weekend review kind of thing or something. So, thank you guys for watching. I think this is going to be recorded. I don't know. It wasn't really a hugely informative thing. Maybe a little bit of background about Nashville. So, I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Melinda and Patrick, both, for joining me on this live stream. I really appreciate it. Maybe I'll get more viewers next time. I don't really have a whole lot of subscribers yet. I'm relatively new to the YouTube game, so I just try to put out some videos about things that are important, in my opinion, that Uber comes out with and Lyft comes out with. I try to gear it towards Nashville, but it's hard to not include other cities. So I just don't know other cities. I've never driven in another city besides Nashville before. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me here. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe if you enjoy my videos. I've got about almost 69 videos or something like that now, or something. So go back and look at my other videos, see if they're helpful at all, see if you enjoy them. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. You guys subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff. If you would, I really appreciate it. And if you haven't tried Mystro yet and you want to, look in the links down below the description. And if you're looking at trying Uber or Lyft, either one, I have referral codes down there. I've not gotten a single referral yet, so kind of looking forward to when I do get one, just to see what it's like. But anyway, thank you guys for staying tuned, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Have a good one.